I've chosen to talk about human resources. We'll learn in this video what human resources is, what it's for, and what can be done to make human resources easier. Human resources is the division of a business that is responsible for employee-related details such as finding employees, screening them, training job applicants, and dealing with compensation, and staying up to date with current events and laws that could affect the company, and much more. What is human resources for? The key elements of human resources are managing and using people effectively, increasing the innovation, creativity, and flexibility necessary to enhance competitiveness in the market, managing the implementation and integration of technology through improved staffing, training, and communication with employees. There are ways to make a human resources manager's life easier, such as maintaining positive and constant communication with their employees, using databases to train or track employees like MySQL, Oracle, Microsoft SQL. They can also use a human resources management system, which is a human resources software that combines a number of systems and processes to simplify the management of information. Human resources software is used to combine a number of necessary HR functions, such as storing employee data, managing payroll, benefit administration, time and attendance, employee performance management, and tracking training records. I have a short story to share that helps display the importance of having a human resource department. So here we go. Once upon a time, in COVID land, a virus came around like never before, traveling from one end of the world to the other in a matter of days. A global pandemic that forced the whole world to hit pause. Businesses were hit with lengthy and severe lockdowns. Most businesses had to close down their offices and rethink their operations. Businesses were forced to work remotely, which brought on the fan-favorite Zoom meetings. As time went on and there seemed to be less and less optimism of returning to our normal lives, certain businesses were forced to downsize to minimize their losses. Countless companies found themselves having to let go or package people out to keep the business from going under. Human resource managers in all industries were tested to remain up to date on the constantly changing laws and restrictions. In these unforeseen times, no one was able to predict if and when we would be rid of the virus. The responsibilities of human resource managers were magnified as they were in charge of firing and managing employee data and so much more that was necessary as a part of these ever-changing times. All the businesses and the human resource managers responded differently under the circumstances. Each person in my home had a different COVID work experience. For myself, my job was the least affected of the three. As a part of the essential construction, we were able to continue to work without any days off. The human resource manager at my company I work for implemented mask mandates and requested that site supervisors like myself were responsible for signing in and out anyone who showed up on site and anyone who reported symptoms. Essentially, all COVID created for me was more paperwork. In my dad's experience as an international food importer, the company switched to remote working for approximately 1 month before offering an option to return to an in-person environment. The human resource manager assessed their risk and decided it was in the best interest of its workers to provide them with the choice. They found little deviation in sales. After noticing there was a little loss in sales and less of a need for their traveling sales representatives who had been off, the HRM found it was beneficial to downsize and reduce their payroll. My mom works for the city of Toronto, and she returned to an in-person work environment for the first time in March of 2022. Because she worked for the city, much stricter laws were in place. One of the most difficult factors presented to the human resource managers came when Toronto implemented its vaccine mandate. Thousands of workers were fired due to their lack of compliancy with the mandate. This was a hot topic of controversy. HR managers have been put through the ringer recently, and although they do their absolute best to keep everyone happy, their number one priority is the success of the company. Each company is at a different point along their own path to success, and therefore it is possible that HR managers, under the same circumstances, develop drastically different solutions. That is the beauty of HR, understanding your own company as an entity, hoping that at the end of the day we all live happily ever after.